Hello everyone, my name is Thaddeus and I will be showing my part of the project, what I mostly worked on. So I was in charge for mostly of the front end design. We wanted to create a clean and sleek design that it's easy to navigate for users. And as we see here, we're on the home page. We're greeted by this very nice sleek design. And let's try to go through the links we have up here on the navbar. We just got a privacy one. Just nothing about it right now, but we might have something in the future. And if you were to click on any of these two links, it'll just bring you back to the home page. Over here we got a login, but that's also clickable here by that button. Alright, let's just try to log in now. Again, greeted with a sleek design there. If I were to do a wrong password, shows me invalid attempt. Let's do the right one this time. And now we're just gonna go through onto an admin account. This would be slightly different from what a general user would view and see, but for the most part it's similar. This right here is very same as a general user. We can see the devices list. See different buttons here, very nice. We can generate a report. We can see our certificates right here. We can renew it. We can go back to the list. So as you can see, like a very nice, sleek, clean design. And oh, forgot. This delete, just red to emphasize importance. Otherwise, they're usually just a green or blue buttons. You can search. Search right here. Obviously that doesn't do anything because we're typing in. If we search that, it disappears. But we can go back to main page. And up here we see that there's a home page now. So the privacy page, this is the home page, just brings us back here. And also if we were to click on these would just bring us back to the devices page instead of bringing us back to the login page that we saw earlier. And what's different with an admin is that you can see a managed users account here. So once we click that, we can go and look that we have a new list of users. We can register a new user. I don't want to do that right now. We can look at the info, so it's very clear design of username. For this account there wasn't a creation date or password change link to it. Well, if we can look here, we can see the tester. We can change the username, change the role. We can delete it, or we can look at its info. So creation date there, it hasn't changed their name. Alright, and we can also look at our profile here. For our own account, we can change your username, phone number, email, password. We don't have a two-factor authentication unfortunately, but we might do that in the future. And yeah, now let's look at a general user. So let's log out, log back in. We're gonna use that tester account we saw earlier. The only thing different here is that we don't see a managed users, which is correct. This is what we should see. We shouldn't see that at all. Again, we can click all through all the other things. And that is it for me. Thank you.
My name is Caleb Stickler, and my part of this project was designing the authentication and authorization for Global Management UI. So in this application, we have three roles: a sysadmin role, an admin role, and a display role. The sysadmin is a super user, of which there is only one, and it has full permissions. The admin account has most of the permissions. An admin is able to promote a display level account to an admin account, as well as delete a display level account. However, an admin cannot demote a fellow admin to a display account, nor can it delete an admin account. The super user is able to do those two things, but not an admin. A display level account is just a read-only account. It's only able to see the devices table and is able to generate reports off of it, but cannot insert any new devices or delete me. And I also configured this app to be compatible with Bentley, Nevada's requirements for minimum length for usernames and passwords, as well as the type of characters that must be used in their passwords. And so now I'm going to show a little demo of some of the authorization. So here we are signed in as an admin account. If we navigate over to manage users, we can see all the usernames that have registered with this account, what their role is, and when they last logged in to this application. I can sort by each of those fields. I can sort by the username, by the role, or by their last access date. Sorting by username sorts it alphabetically. Role also sorts alphabetically, and then last access sorts by the date. And so now I'm going to demo an admin making a new account. So I'm going to assign a username of Billy Bob, and we're going to create a password that fulfills the minimum requirements for Bentley. And we have to do a password confirmation. The confirmation must match what the password field is. I click register, and I stay logged in as the admin, and now we can see there's the new display account Billy Bob that was created. It has a default date for last access because no one signed on to it yet. And so now I'm going to log out of the admin account and sign into the newly created Billy Bob account to show that it is indeed a real account that was created. Typing in the password, and here we go. As you can see, since it's a display level account, it does not have the option to view manage users. It just has the devices page right there. And so now I'm going to log out of that account. I'm going to sign back into the Read Books admin account. And doing that, now I'm going to showcase the options that I have. So as the admin account, I can only edit and delete display level accounts if those are below my level. As you can see, for the other admin and sysadmin accounts, I only have the info option. So if I navigate over to Billy Bob, here's the screen where I can change the role of them. I'm going to promote Billy Bob from a display level account to an admin account. Click save, and as you can see, it's now reflected in the table. And now that it's an admin account, I can only view the info screen. And the info screen shows details such as when the account was created and when the last password change of that account was. So now I'm going to sign out of Read Books and sign back in with Billy Bob to show that Billy Bob now has admin privileges. So if I log in, go to Manage Users, and voila, now I have access to Manage Users. It is indeed an account, or it is indeed an admin. And so now I'm going to log out with that, and now I'm going to sign in with the System Administrator account. Just show what the full permissions are. If I go over to Manage Users, as the sysadmin, I have this option for every user except for myself. So as you can see, I can edit and delete any account that I want as the System Administrator. So I'm going to go over to Billy Bob, and I'm going to demote poor Billy Bob down back to a display level account. So you can see right there, now it's display again. And now I'm going to sign out of the sysadmin account, and I'm going to sign back in as the Read Books admin. And I am going to demo account deletion. And account deletion is important because if an account hasn't been used in a while, it can be an extra attack vector for any attackers. So I navigate to delete, click delete, and now it's removed from the system. And to show that the account has been deleted, I'm going to attempt to sign back in with those credentials. And it says invalid login attempt, so this account has completely been deleted from the database. And so that is a little overview of how authentication and authorization works in Global Management UI.
Hello everybody, this is Nathaniel McFadden, and I'll be discussing the devices webpage for the Bentley, Nevada Global Certificate Management Platform. To begin with, I'll go over the general structure of the webpage, its function, why it's useful, and then demo some of its key features at different user levels. To begin with, as you can see, the general structure of the webpage is a large table that contains the columns signature, beginning, and in status. These relate to a device and its certificate. Now, as you can see, it allows you to create new ones, renew these devices and their certificates, view the reports, delete them. So essentially, it allows us to have a hub where we can monitor these certificates efficiently and effectively. Now, the reason why this is useful is that, as it stands, many companies have to manually log into each of these devices and access them manually, one by one. This is time-consuming, and it can be rather tedious. This web page and this application act to help modernize the approach to this problem by allowing everybody to see all the devices at once, connect to them, update them, and do anything related to them without having to manually connect each and every time. Now, let's go over some of the features of the site quickly. So, as it stands, let's go over finding devices. So you can sort by the signature alphabetically, the beginning date, the end date, or by its general status. You can also search for the signature by the device by its signature. You can still sort on this page as well. Now let's go back to the list. Now, what can a user do on this page outside of just view things? Well, as a display level account, there's not a lot. If you try to create a device, you'll be denied. Renew a device, you'll be denied. And if you try to delete, you'll be denied. But you can, however, generate a mass report, which creates a CSV of every device and all its data. And you can generate more personalized reports. They give details related to the device, its port, its IP, and other data like when it will expire. So that is all a display level account can do. And that is, well, see the display. So let's log into an admin and see what an admin can do. Now an admin can go ahead and create devices, renew devices, and delete devices. They can also view, they can also do anything a display level user can, but they can also do these on top of it. So let's create one. And then we have to assign a port to connect to, along with an IP. Let's try it. Well, you see, we have a failure. That's because we're not actually connected to a device. The device isn't there. So, let's try that again now that we have a device connected. As we can see, we added it. Right here. Test W2. And we have its data that was read in from the device and its general status. So, as you can see, you can create a device as long as you have a device to connect to the network. Now let's go ahead and try the renewal. Now, for the renewal, it's important that you enter a PEM file, and the certificate and its key are in the proper entry fields. If any of this data is incorrect, you will get an error. So if files are not in the correct format, please resubmit. Now, let's go ahead and so let's renew the most recent expired. So this time we'll go ahead and run the connect to this. We're gonna update it with these files. Let's submit. As you can see, we successfully updated the certificate. Now, to actually fully finish this, we have to then verify it by uploading the certificate data to the database. Now, let's go find Lee and see its status. As we can see, it has now been updated. It is now properly ready to go. It has been updated with the correct data fields. So, as you can see, a display level user can renew a device. And to delete it, it's quite simple. We simply click delete and it removes it from the database. That's the general uses that both an admin level or user level account, display level account can go through. Thanks a ton and have a good one.